Hi and welcome everyone, thanks for dropping in my YouTube channel. Here are the game results today, season standings update and game schedule tomorrow for 2025 to 2026 NBA regular season. For today's game results in first game, the Charlotte Hornets beat the Atlanta Hawks with the score of 110-107. And here are the box score for Charlotte Hornets. Brandon Miller leading the game with 31 points and 9 boards. Followed by the second leading scorer, which is LaMelo Ball with 24 points and 6 assists. And here are the box score for Atlanta Hawks. Dyson Daniels leading the game with 21 points, followed by the second leading scorer, which is Jalen Johnson with an almost triple-double performance of 19 points, 9 assists and 13 boards. For the second game, the Milwaukee Bucks beat the Orlando Magic with the score of 116-108. And here are the box score for Milwaukee Bucks. Cam Thomas leading the game with 34 points, followed by the second leading scorer, which is Kevin Porter Jr. with a triple-double performance of 18 points, 11 assists and 10 boards. And here are the box score for Orlando Magic. Desmond Bane leading the game with 31 points and 5 assists, followed by the second leading scorer, which is Paolo Banchero with 17 points. For the third game, the Cleveland Cavaliers beat the Washington Wizards with the score of 138-113. And here are the box score for Cleveland Cavaliers. Sam Merrill leading the game with 32 points and 5 boards. Followed by the second leading scorer, which is Donovan Mitchell with 30 points and 5 boards. And here are the box score for Washington Wizards. Keyshawn George leading the game with 17 points and 5 boards, followed by the second leading scorer, which is Jameer Watkins with 16 points. For the fourth game, the New York Knicks beat the Philadelphia 76ers with the score of 138-89. And here are the box score for New York Knicks. Jose Alvarado leading the game with 26 points, followed by the second leading scorer, which is Mikal Bridges with 22 points, 6 assists and 5 boards. And here are the box score for Philadelphia 76ers. Tyrese Maxey leading the game with 32 points, followed by the second leading scorer, which is VJ Edgecombe with 14 points. For the fifth game, the Detroit Pistons beat the Toronto Raptors with the score of 113-95. And here are the box score for Detroit Pistons. Cade Cunningham leading the game with 28 points, 9 assists and 7 boards. Followed by the second leading scorer, which is Paul Reed with 22 points and 5 boards. And here are the box score for Toronto Raptors. Emmanuel Quickley leading the game with 18 points and 5 assists, followed by the second leading scorer, which is Scotty Barnes with 17 points, 5 assists and 7 boards. For the sixth game, the Indiana Pacers beat the Brooklyn Nets with the score of 115-110. And here are the box score for Indiana Pacers. Jarace Walker leading the game with 23 points and 5 boards. Followed by the second leading scorer, which is Micah Potter with a double-double performance of 19 points and 12 boards. And here are the box score for Brooklyn Nets. Nolan Traore leading the game with 20 points and 8 assists. Followed by the second leading scorers, which are Zaire Williams and the Aaron Sharp with 19 points each. For the seventh game, the Boston Celtics beat the Chicago Bulls with the score of 124-105. And here are the box score for Boston Celtics. Peyton Pritchard leading the game with 26 points, 8 assists and 5 boards, followed by the second leading scorer, which is Jaylen Brown with 24 points. And here are the box score for Chicago Bulls. Rob Dillingham leading the game with 16 points and 7 assists. Followed by the second leading scorers, which are Mattis Buzelis and Colin Sexton with 15 points each. For the eighth game, the Los Angeles Clippers beat the Houston Rockets by the buzzer beater and one of Kawhi Leonard with the score of 105-102. And here are the box score for Los Angeles Clippers. Kawhi Leonard leading the game with a double-double performance of 27 points and 12 boards. Followed by the second leading scorer, which is Benedict Mathurin with 16 points. And here are the box score for Houston Rockets. Kevin Durant leading the game with 21 points, 6 assists and 8 boards. Followed by the second leading scorer, which is Reed Sheppard with 17 points. For the ninth game, the Minnesota Timberwolves beat the Portland Trail Blazers with the score of 133-109. And here are the box score for Minnesota Timberwolves. Julius Randle leading the game with 41 points and 7 boards. Followed by the second leading scorer, which is Jaden McDaniels with 21 points, 6 assists and 6 boards. And here are the box score for Portland Trail Blazers. Drew Holiday leading the game with 23 points, 5 assists and 5 boards. Followed by the second leading scorer, which is Scoot Henderson with 18 points. For the 10th game, the Miami Heat beat the New Orleans Pelicans with the score of 123-111. And here are the box score for Miami Heat. Bam Adebayo leading the game with 27 points and 14 boards. Followed by the second leading scorer, which is Jaime Jaquez Jr. with 23 points and 8 boards. And here are the box score for New Orleans Pelicans. Zion Williamson leading the game with 25 points, followed by the second leading scorer, which is Trey Murphy III with 19 points and 6 boards. For the 11th game, the Oklahoma City Thunder beat the Phoenix Suns with the score of 136-109. And here are the box score for Oklahoma City Thunder. Jalen Williams leading the game with 28 points and 5 assists, followed by the second leading scorer, which is Isaiah Joe with 21 points. And here are the box score for Phoenix Suns. Dillon Brooks leading the game with 23 points and 5 boards. Followed by the second leading scorers, which are Royce O'Neal and Jordan Goodwin with 12 points each. For the 12th game, the Denver Nuggets beat the Memphis Grizzlies with the score of 122-116. And here are the box score for Denver Nuggets. Nikola Jokic leading the game with a triple-double performance of 26 points, 11 assists and 15 boards. Followed by the second leading scorer, which is Jamal Murray with 23 points, 7 assists and 6 boards. And here are the box score for Memphis Grizzlies. G.G. Jackson the second leading the game with 21 points and 5 boards, followed by the second leading scorer, which is Ty Jerome with 19 points and 7 assists. For the 13th game, the Utah Jazz beat the Sacramento Kings with the score of 121-93. And here are the box score for Utah Jazz. Jaren Jackson Jr. leading the game with 21 points, followed by the second leading scorer, which is Lauri Markkanen with 19 points and 7 boards. And here are the box score for Sacramento Kings. DeMar DeRozan leading the game with 20 points, followed by the second leading scorer, which is Devin Carter with 19 points and 5 boards. For the last and 14th game, the Sacramento Kings beat the Golden State Warriors with the score of 126-113. And here are the box score for Sacramento Kings. De'Aaron Fox leading the game with 27 points and 8 assists, followed by the second leading scorer, which is Victor Wembanyama with 26 points and 9 boards. And here are the box score for Golden State Warriors. Moses Moody, Draymond Green and Anthony Melton leading the game with 17 points each. Followed by the second leading scorer, which is Brandon Podziemski with 16 points and 5 boards. And here are the NBA standings in Eastern Conference. The Detroit Pistons still leading the first spot with the standing of 40 wins and 13 losses. The second spot is the Boston Celtics with 35 wins and 19 losses. The third spot is the New York Knicks with 35 wins and 20 losses. The fourth spot is the Cleveland Cavaliers with 34 wins and 21 losses. The fifth spot is the Toronto Raptors with 32 wins and 23 losses. The sixth spot is the Philadelphia 76ers with 30 wins and 24 losses. The seventh spot is the Orlando Magic with 28 wins and 25 losses. The eighth spot is the Miami Heat with 29 wins and 27 losses. The ninth spot is the Charlotte Hornets with 26 wins and 29 losses. The 10th spot is the Atlanta Hawks with 26 wins and 30 losses. The 11th spot is the Chicago Bulls with 24 wins and 31 losses. The 12th spot is the Milwaukee Bucks with 22 wins and 30 losses. The 13th spot is the Brooklyn Nets with 15 wins and 38 losses. The 14th spot is the Indiana Pacers with 15 wins and 40 losses. And for the 15th spot is the Washington Wizards with 14 wins and 39 losses. And for the Western Conference, the Oklahoma City Thunder still leading the first spot with the standing of 42 wins and 13 losses. The second spot is the San Antonio Spurs with 38 wins and 16 losses. The third spot is the Denver Nuggets with 35 wins and 20 losses. The fourth spot is the Houston Rockets with 33 wins and 20 losses. The fifth spot is the Minnesota Timberwolves with 34 wins and 22 losses. The sixth spot is the Los Angeles Lakers with 32 wins and 21 losses. The seventh spot is the Phoenix Suns with 32 wins and 23 losses. The eighth spot is the Golden State Warriors with 29 wins and 26 losses. The ninth spot is the Los Angeles Clippers with 26 wins and 28 losses. The 10th spot is the Portland Trail Blazers with 26 wins and 29 losses. The 11th spot is the Memphis Grizzlies with 20 wins and 33 losses. The 12th spot is the Dallas Mavericks with 19 wins and 34 losses. The 13th spot is the Utah Jazz with 18 wins and 37 losses. The 14th spot is the New Orleans Pelicans with 15 wins and 41 losses. And for the 15th spot is the Sacramento Kings with 12 wins and 44 losses. For the last portion, here are the 3 games scheduled for tomorrow, February 13th at Friday morning, Philippine time. For the first game at 8:30 a.m., it's Thunder against the Bucks. For the second game at 10 a.m., it's Jazz against the Trailblazers. For the last and third game at 11 a.m., it's Lakers against the Mavericks. Thanks for watching.